Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. All right, everybody. So, yes or no to the warm-up question thing? Did you?
Yeah.
Didn't get that. We skipped over that entirely and went intended. Sorry. So yes. Okay. Everybody, just roll me a quick d20.
All right.
5.
12.
15.
Did not hear yours. B.
I think he said 5.
Hello. Anyone hear me? Wait,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. No. I didn't get B's roll.
It was a 5, right?
Oh, Visual? I said a 5. Sorry.
I did not hear that. Sorry, cut out.
Bad.
Okay, so unless I heard wrong, and I might have heard wrong, Virtue had 15.
I had 12.
I had 15.
See, I did hear wrong. I knew something good.
That happens.
All right, well, Roya, what battle, be it in the campaign or in the past, has had the most significant effect on you?
Oh. What battle has had the most significant effect? Probably either the first one with her old group, or
First
the
one with the old
last
party group, or
So are you asking Roya, or are you asking like Crystal the player?
Let's go with both, just because this would be fun.
Yeah, so for Roya, I think it's definitely either the first battle she had with her old group or the last one, quote unquote, battle as she was escaping. Sneaking would probably be the most memorable. For me, the player, that one's tough. Let me think, and I'll get back to you on that one.
Alrighty then.
All right.
Virtue. This time I did remember, number 12. Aha. Now, if you had sum up the goal of your character in a single sentence, what would it be?
Ooh, a single sentence. Okay. Let's see. Can it be a run-on sentence?
If that's what you want.
All right.
If that is what, as an English teacher, you think is right.
Hey. You can break the rules as long as you know how to break them effectively. That's my philosophy. Okay. Virtue's goal would be to learn about her lineage. Find out how to use her powers in the most helpful way, I suppose. And maybe right the wrongs of her past. Maybe learn to bring some people back from the dead or two.
Ooh, let's delve into the serious stuff. Alright. Wow, we got a nice look at this character now. Alright, now jumping on to V for number 5.
V does not stand for vendetta.
That's just what I was gonna ask.
That's unfortunate because that would have been an awesome character to play.
It would be. And it's not that he hasn't had vendetta. It's just it's not what the V stands for.
Look, I woke up from what looked like a horrible fire with no memory of who or what I was. I know I'm for some reason super, athletic-y and buff and jacked, but I'm also horribly disfigured. And the only thing I could tell is that the room I woke up in had a number 5 on it, and V is now my name. That's all you need for the background, and then just make a character.
Yeah, just
dress him up in a very cool Guy Fawkes mask and with a cape.
Must be. I guess it's not anarchist, but yeah. Anyway.
Right. Sorry. On to the question.
At some point.
Yeah, no, it is a good one to have in the background.
Yeah.
Yes, B, your question is: does your character have any biases against any specific race or class?
Oh, class as in D&D class, or class as in social class?
It's any one of those would work.
Yeah, eat the rich.
Eat the rich, or are you specifically you're just all about those rangers, or do you just just have a beef with spellcasters? Or are you just the best kind of bros with barbarians?
I mean, there's a certain amount of all of those that you mentioned. I mean, if we're talking about D&D classes, I think not all, but a lot of clerics can have very
ones you want to
holier
answer.
than thou mindset. Clerics and paladins are kind of holier than thou.
We got a party with some of the other paladins, man. You've seen the other ones.
Elves, I mean, they can be a little stuck up at times, but they're fine. And social classes, I think he does understand that there's good people and bad people in old social classes, but the rich are full of them and full of themselves. And there's also, if nothing else, when you have more resources at your disposal, your assholery is able to spread much farther and be much greater. So
I could do great good with this, or I could just be a real dick about it.
Yeah, and most of them choose to be dicks.
That's a fair answer. Very on brand.
Oh yeah. Most rich people are just dicks.
Agreed.
I wish you guys could have met Narcissus' dad.
Maybe we will.
I'll wait till after the one shot, because that's when everything will be out in the open. You can ask, because there's some great and horrible stories to go there, asking about his parents.
Yeah, there's very much a big question that we'll need to answer sometime soon of what arc are we gonna jump into next? Because I don't know what's up with Merzus right now, or specifically his real body self. He could very easily. We may see him again next arc, or maybe he'll escape and join us back at Sudden Outpost for the next arc, or just be kind of in the background. He might
Depending
die.
how things go, he might just join the circus and catch up with you guys later.
That could be fun. Yeah, half of there is in the entire possibility that I don't know exactly how the mechanics of the streamscape work and how you get here, but he could have literally there was a chance that he could have fallen asleep in the middle of a battle, and he's just time dilation, but he's about to get curb stomped.
He was about to win, and then he just fell asleep, fell over, he's out the tournament, kick him out.
Although maybe it's like Zenitsu, and he's doing even better now, Like he just finished them off, and like he's gonna wake up, and he's like the crowd's gonna be cheering, and he's gonna be holding his opponent's head. It's like, oh,
DM,
what
can you
happened?
please just roll a d20? Like, in that 20, I can somehow muscle memory away the fight, and that one, I'm like, just, I do
You
like the Family Guy horse side fall.
Oh god.
Like,
You will
the battle
find out.
starts,
charges at him, and he just
and I just fall.
gets sent flying out of the Coliseum and down a set of stairs.
You guys will find out what happens after the one shot. That's about all I can tell you.
Fair enough.
Now, part of me wants to, like, I don't the spoilers of just how the cyberpunk starts. You wake up, like, thinking you're dead in a garbage dump, and now I'm thinking that's what happened to him. Like, they thought he was dead, they tossed him out, and he just wakes up surrounded by garbage and dead people.
I mean, it doesn't start that way, but that's when the story really starts kicking off.
I mean, that's where I think it starts. Everything before that to me is just tutorial.
I don't know if I'd say tutorial, but prologue, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's alright. Questions ready? Y'all ready to jump into battle?
Mm-hmm.
Did
Ready as
V,
we'll ever be.
Not V. Roya, I think you said that you were going to get back. Do you want to
yeah.
get back?
So I have 2 battles. One memorable in a good way, one memorable in a not good way. The not good one is the fight against the vampire when we were in the tunnel sewer area and almost got flooded out in Ring City.
Huh. Oh, you mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good
Is
battle.
is that for you as the
me as
character
the player.
or you as the player?
No, I already
Okay,
answered for
yeah,
Roya
okay.
as the player. For Roya the character.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Memorable one in a good way is the battle in the fields when I rolled those 2 nat ones at Celia.
Oh god, I love that one.
That one still brings
Consider
a
that
smile
just-
to my face.
Just just him yelling at you like Mushu, like right in front of you. I opened it down, and you shot me in the face.
It was so perfect.
Oh, man.
I think I even said right before that I was like, man, watch me roll 2 nat ones. And then I
I
rolled
think
2 nat
so.
ones.
You
With
tempted the
advantage.
fates,
I
Crystal.
sure did.
You made Gary Gygax very angry.
I really did
Like-
with that one.
And I was like, I don't think. I think we should check, but I think Will Wheaton might have been just passing by and just looked in your direction when you asked that.
Maybe.
You just like
so
walked
funny.
past your house and then like kind of looked through a window and like stared at you, turned his head back, pointed at you and like like croaked,
Yeah.
groaned.
I imagine he didn't even have to be that close. He was just in town, and for some reason he sensed someone was like tempting fate, and he just smiled and
In your state.
Yeah.
Oh god.
and
That
that's how
one-
powerful he's become.
That one is still one of my favorite battles. For that reason. It was just so great.
Very memorable.
Very
Oh
much.
god, failure is so fun.
You know, there's this certain amount of like failure in the right way, failure in the
Yeah.
memorable way.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. And you know, that's part of why failure is fun, is that failure tends to be very memorable. Success can also be memorable, but failure, man.
Failure that just leads to more opportunities is just always good.
Oh, what's great is like the combination of both, like side by side. Because you guys did pretty well for most of that battle as well. That
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
I think we were on the last one. We took out the first one pretty decently, right?
Yeah.
Yes. We were
And so
on
we
the
were just
last
kind of like,
one.
okay, this is gonna be easy, style on him. No.
I sure did
And
style on him.
God, now I remember like all of that was happening, and I was like thinking as the DM, I was like, man, this is gonna be such the juxtaposition between like now and when they find out the kids are dead, or one kid is dead. And
Yeah.
the other.
I was afraid at one point she was actually gonna knock me out, and then she'd have to fight the thing on her own and win.
I mean, considering how much of a pyromaniac she is,
I would have just lit the
It
entire
doesn't
field
feel
on
like that
fire, and
should be all
then
that
everyone fend for themselves.
I mean, if she'd knocked me out and she rolled another one on the thing, I just imagine it's not like that Family Guy, just deadpan, disappointed face, just looking.
yeah.
But yeah, those are my 2.
Good stuff.
Fun.
Oh, the first one actually reminds me of something. There was a one shot where I played as a gunslinger vampire. Essentially, just made myself look like McCree from Overwatch, and I was trying to be fancy while in a sewer, with the water walk thing. Somebody reversed gravity, and the running water at the bottom fell to the ceiling and killed him.
Ooh.
This was an ally, and they were trying to do something fancy, and then we realized the reverse gravity doesn't stop the water; it's still flowing, and I'm now dead.
Yeah, well, that basically just like smacks you against the ceiling with all the weight of the water.
Yeah, so I was like this prone, and there's running water over you, Mr. Vampire. Goodbye.
Yeah.
We laughed so hard. We were overpowered. We were like, this was a bad guy one shot. Like, essentially because not everybody could make it. So like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna set up this next bit. Everybody pick some villains. And the DM like it gave us like the chance to be some bad guys for like a quick one shot. We were like level 10, and like our normal level like was level 5. Oh, like half of us died. we were supposed to be No, we were just that bad. And like just bad rolls, bad timing. Half of us were trying to kill like the other half because we couldn't be working together, bad guys. We had to be bad guys that couldn't work.
Yeah, that's the trick with like specifically like let's do evil one shots and like there's that very firm possibility.
If you can get a good synergy, it can be great. If you can't, it's gonna likely end in PvP.
Yeah, well, honestly, we get enough PvP in these games.
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay, no, sorry, just tangent on that. Sorry. But we are ready. And I don't remember who we left off with, so I'm going to say V. It's your turn. We're starting with you guys.
Okay. So just to double check, again, the layout of the room. I think I was standing off to the side a little from this main encounter.
Yes.
Maybe, was I in melee range? Okay.
I believe you were. You now have an ally, quote unquote, in this form of this tall, metallic Voya. You're in front of the knoll, badly hurt, looking like the last legs. There's one flying knoll that's taken some damage. I think you guys already killed the other one. I did not go back to double check because I'm looking for some notes here.
Yeah, no, it's the last leg as well, and the other one's dead.
Yeah, no. And we have like the cave, like over by the throne. There was the loud roar, which you were then told was likely the mate of the ones down here, and then like the stuff over by the lab, and you've got the 4 armored guys that are trying to get the boat across.
Okay.
And the kobolds, 2 of them are convulsing, 2 of them are glowing. You don't know if one's about to digivolve or.
We're a distance away from them, if I remember correctly. They're like kind of more towards the left side of the room.
They're good about. They're like roughly 15 feet over by one of the like last 3 foot. That are the full ones.
Don't know how big it's gonna blow up, but we'll find out.
Yeah,
the only thing is, if they blow up, are they gonna finish off the ones that did survive? Or
it depends on the kind of explosion. If it's just them painting the room red, or is it like a big enough explosion, like impact of their body now becomes shrapnel to everybody around it? We don't know.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right. So, can I round the knoll so that I'm flanking her?
You can indeed, but you will enter. You're going to be flanking them, but in the air there still is that one flying kobold that will, you'll be in their range now. So moving any which way will get you attacking.
All right. I am going to... I forgot what the rough AC of the Knoll was, so I'm just gonna do this first one. First dagger throw as a sharpshooter. I hope it hits. 17 hit? Oh, wait, no, it's not 17, it's 12.
12. Wait, you mean for the kobolds or for the Knoll?
Oh, wait, no, I have advantage as well. Okay, this is at the Knoll. So I roll again since I have advantage, since I'm flanking. Oh, that'll probably hit. 21.
It does indeed hit. Roll that damage. Oh, and
Alright.
For your daggers for your defense, do you remember what you rolled last time? Or do you want to this time?
I don't remember, but I mean, it's my turn, so I'll kind of roll at the end of this turn, and then we'll see what that turns out to be. That was 3 plus 4 plus 10, so 17 damage. Onto this.
How do you want to
Knoll.
do this?
Yeah, okay, no. Maybe not a TTK then.
Maybe we still have the other one, so
The other one,
Yeah. Maybe.
if you remember what I said
Maybe
last
not.
time, you've been marked.
Marked. Fun.
Explain later.
Perhaps better me than them, since I have more health, but perhaps not. So I think V circles around. Who is she facing right now? I guess Roya? This mechanical Roya?
Yeah, well, it was the original Roy who went to hide behind you, and then you summoned the mechanical. So she's kind of staring down both of them, which is why she didn't pay you as much mind, because Roya, I
Okay.
think, is the one who did the most damage.
sure did.
Alright, so she's keeping her eye on her. V,
Yeah,
I think
those arrows hurt.
he kind of like dashes over to the side, then kind of like does a roll, and then kind of like just aims the dagger at the back of her neck, and just kind of gets her in like the nape of the neck, and probably she ends up like kind of collapsing down to the ground before, kind of life fades.
It does, and with that, there is like there's a half owl that kind of gets cut off with the cough, with wet coughs as blood starts spurting out their mouth. And accompanying that howl is a louder, much angrier howl that you hear now behind you, as staring directly at you is the other Knoll, who is actually, it's got these weird kind of spikes on its shoulders, and is specifically looking at you.
That one is near the throne, though, right? Or is it on this
It
side?
is. No, it is near the throne. It has just come out to witness what has become of its mate, which is unfortunately not good.
Well, that's unfortunate timing. What was the status of the bridge again? I think there was a
Did I
fire
burn
It is-
or not?
It is on fire. It is burning. It is currently taking damage.
Cool.
so it may disintegrate or may break this turn, or it may. Well, it's still blocking the way. But there is, I think, a rock that can be jumped across potentially. All right. How far away is that knoll? What do you say?
You're looking from where you guys are at. It's a good 70 feet.
70 feet. Okay. Out of range currently, so I'm just gonna do these next attacks on this flying kobold. Above me. And am I at disadvantage due to its range, or if I try to throw?
It's in the, no, it's 10 feet because it's in the air and it's next to you, so it's in that, like, it's 10-foot sphere, but it's in the air, so.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I will throw another dagger. I assume this one's not an advantage, not flanking flying kobold. That
no,
is.
Unfortunately.
I will also do a. I was gonna say what's the sharpshooter? I keep on forgetting.
All right.
17.
Minus 5, 17. 17, and I believe that one for this one. Yes. Yeah. Oh, right. This one's the evolved ones.
Who? That's a flying one.
Yeah, no. The two flying ones, they have the. They're the ones you want to like
Okay, really
save the
precise.
heads. Yeah, no. Save the
yeah,
heads.
yeah.
They're the crystal ones.
Okay.
Double checking.
Yeah.
Just double checking why this one was like. There's the normal flying kobolds, and then there's these enhanced ones. It's like, oh, because he's the enhanced one. That's why it was different.
I believe
Yes.
the other one that was enhanced died and fell like onto the ground near the bridge, but I think it is on the solid ground if I remember. And I think
To double
If this
check,
one's
I don't know if it was on the one of them was on the bridge and one was on the over the ground, but both of them were following the mill. I don't know
Okay.
which one was which.
yeah, which one's which?
Regardless, what was the damage? Yeah, but that hits. That hits.
Okay. Another 17 points of damage with the sharpshooter.
Nice. And
Sweet.
this one is also down. And let's just roll quick.
Roll. You want me to roll something?
And I just had to roll something real quick. This one lands right on the edge of the bridge. Its wing is slowly like tracing the top of the water.
I'm actually going to kind of step back a little now, and I'm going to use my bonus action to pull with the telekinetic feat. I'm going to pull him towards me, away from the water.
Give me a quick strength check.
Strength check. Is it strength or using the spellcasting modifier?
You can use this spell if you want, the modifier for that if you like.
Okay. 14.
See? Yeah, that's enough. And you pull, and surprisingly a little heftier than you'd think for the weight of something this size, but where are you like pushing, pulling, dragging? Are you trying to throw it off the bridge, on the bridge, on the land?
Dense kobold. I'm trying to pull it onto the kind of solid ground, if at all possible.
All right. Yeah, then you pull it, and it's now on the shore.
All right. I think that is my turn. If there is cover, I think there's like is that a cart or something on the map? I'm not certain. But if there's cover that I can get to, I will try and get behind that.
That's over, I believe that's where the crates are.
No, I guess that's farther away. I'll take a couple steps back from the water then.
Alright then.
That is my turn.
Roya, you are up.
Do I heal myself or do I attack the other gnoll?
I mean, I guess now he would be in within your range.
I think it'd be a
Probably
good idea
heal
to
yourself.
heal yourself.
Decision.
I should have gone to market and bought a whole bunch of health potions. Remind me next time we get to civilization.
We did
I was
not.
wondering why.
I think we. Oh, sorry.
There was a small little thread that had to do with the current shortage of potions, and the people who are the only people who have them like readily available are usually the church, the guard, or the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Can't.
But I don't know if I remember because I think it was one of the random conversations she had while she was there at church. I don't know if she missed it or not. It was essentially one of the think it was the father who was working there or one of the workers who was essentially talking about like the shortage they were having.
Some difficulties with their
Yeah. So like that was a thread of something to be like, why is there a sudden shortage?
Okay.
I rolled. I'm gonna heal myself. It was actually a pretty good roll.
Well, that's fair. I think oh sorry.
Casting Cure Wounds on myself. And then as a bonus action, I am marking the other knoll with my Slayer's Mark.
Cool.
That's my turn.
And I'm just going to ask, just because both you and V are getting this weird little tug at the back of your minds,
Oh.
could you each roll me a quick wisdom check?
Wisdom. That is strong suit, but that's an 11.
That is my strong suit, but that's a 6.
It's probably just something that, like, bumped your head, the stretch of the situation. Y'all don't gotta worry.
It's been a while since I've cast Cure Wounds on myself. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know.
It's just a tingling of healing. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Alright, that's, you healed. Is there anything for the bonus?
Nope,
It's
just
just
marking the other
voices.
knoll with my Slayer's Prey. And that's it.
Alright.
Oh, I am moving once again behind V.
B, you are now
there's other-
human target once again.
No.
If anything, you might want to, not be behind me, because you might end up, getting some of the fire that misses me might hit you.
100% hiding behind V.
Yeah, okay.
That's fair. Alright, that's it. Virtue.
Mhm.
Sorry, forgot to roll the daggers. That is just 1.
Oof. They're moving slower.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Virtue, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so what's the nearest threat to me? I'm gonna chuck something at it. Oh, hi, Fran.
Nearest to you,
Mm-hmm.
a defined threat, because the loudest and most aggressive thing towards you is a knoll that is a good, roughly from where you guys would be at, 70 feet. Up by the throne,
Mm-hmm.
there's a knoll. There are a small group of kobolds to the side, roughly 15 to 20 feet away from you. Out of the 5, 2 of them are starting to glow, 2 of them are on the ground looking like they're having seizures, and 1 is only now getting its bearings, looking around on what the hell's going on. Opposite side, furthest away from you, are 4 armored gnolls.
Oh,
Armored
gosh.
armored kobolds that are they're essentially pulling a small boat toward their side of the lake,
Mhm.
assuming they're trying to get across to you guys, or maybe they're trying to do something else, who knows. And over by the little kind of like walled off area that looks like it has a bunch of beakers, test tubes, and a bunch of weird noises, that's really about the situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the knoll near the throne sounds like a good target. I'm gonna go for Firebolt. That's got a range of 120 feet, so I don't have to get close to it. Keep a good
Yeah.
distance.
That it does indeed. Roll.
All right. All right, that is a natural 20. I got the raccoon wizard hat.
Hell yeah.
So 27. I imagine that hits.
It does. Now, at this level, as you're 5, you would normally roll 2 d10s, if I'm remembering right, on this specific spell.
Mm-hmm. Firebolt. 2d10s.
You get to roll 4.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, let me find my d10. There it is. All right, let's just do some quick maths here. Calculator. That's 8 plus. That's the wrong die. I'm using a d8. I need a d10. There we go. Oh boy, a 1 plus 10 Ew, yuck. Come on, there's some good stuff here. +7, alright. Grand total of 20 damage?
Hey, 20 damage
Sweet.
to this knoll. As for some reason, you can just focus in exactly as it's letting out this very angry, it's almost an emotionally pained howl of rage as it's looking at your newly acquired friend V, and for some reason you just get the idea to shoot it in its mouth, and the detonation goes off inside its mouth.
Ooh,
And it looked like it hurt.
very good. Have some of that good indigestion. Should have had some Takis.
Worth it every time.
Alright, let's see. And as far as any bonus actions go, I don't think there's anything I can use at the moment. I don't really need to move either way, any particular way as far as I can tell, so I'll just stay where I'm at. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So, now that we're back, we are going to deal with Scanol's dead, Farnell's still doing their fishing. The heavily armored kobolds have finished reeling in their boat, and they are starting to pack it full. They're starting to unload the worked crystals off the boat and onto the raft at the side. And that's what they're doing for their little turn.
Huh. It is interesting that they're, stuck. They're like continuing to work even though all this is happening. Their leader just died. Or at least
Yeah, no, they definitely took notice of what happened, but they seem to be doing this.
Maybe they're trying to make a break for it.
Who knows? Oh, but that was them, and now we get to find out what happened with the kobolds.
So just to confirm before we get this, it was, I believe, what was your bet again, Roya?
The ones on the ground rising are gonna explode.
Okay, yeah. I thought
And she believed the ones on the ground are going to explode, the ones that are glowing are going to be the ones to evolve.
Yep.
I believe yours was the opposite. The ones on the ground are the ones currently undergoing the transformation, while the ones that are glowing are just about.
Okay. Yeah, I think glowing's gonna blow up. That does make sense, actually. Bit of euphoria and then boom. Maybe. Kind of depends on the explosion.
Alright, and now it's time for the second roll, because this is a two-part thing, it has to happen twice.
So I guess it's not resolved yet.
Well, it all depends on what happens, and this will, depending on if you can figure out how or what happens, you might get an explanation. Or just you might just get a Gallaghered, kobold.
Boom.
Oh yeah, and the one kobold that didn't eat anything is actually just going to look at the situation of how you just murdered the one with wings and one of the bigger in charge ones and say, nope, it immediately runs into the box, grabs one of the larger uncut crystals, and is making a break for it.
Ah. Which way is he going?
He is sneaking around the long way around you guys. Like he's going around the boxes, and it looks like he's trying to make a break behind you guys while you're focusing on the other stuff. This is not being done stealthily at all, this is just him making his break for it.
Bold of him.
Alright, now for the final fate. That is interesting. Okay. So, two gnolls that are on the ground, writhing like they're about to die or in horrible and horrifying pain. Well, it's a split second before one of them lets out a bone-chilling screech that's making you guys have to cover your ears, almost squint your eyes. And then you hear a gurgle and you look up and everybody within quick 30 feet, if you choose, you can choose to make a quick dex save.
Sure.
Are we within 30 feet?
If we are within 30 feet.
I believe all of you are.
Okay.
Okay.
18.
23.
Unnatural 20.
Cool, and you're able to deftly avoid the oddly shaped painting of blood and visceral guts as this thing essentially becomes powdered mush as it just sprays the floor, ceiling. It got some good distance as it essentially blew up like a balloon for a split second before, instead of popping into pieces, almost liquefied and then just got blown in every direction.
And that was the ones that was writhing on the floor?
That was one of the ones that was writhing on the floor, as simultaneously one of the ones that was glowing went off like a flashbang.
Huh. I guess we both break even?
Here's the thing. There's now just, you ever seen those weird chickens running around with their heads cut off? There's now a kobold with no head running around.
Is that the one that just blew up? Or the one that was writhing has no head?
No, there's now one running around with no head. That was one of the ones that was glowing. There was one of the ones that was writhing that just turned into red gelatin and just exploded. And now the others, because like I said, this is a two-parter, failing twice and they die. But if they can succeed twice in a specific way, the one that was glowing is now starting to transform, and you see the same kind of structure that the flying kobolds had, the head that looked more like the star, the weird crystalline veins that are starting to pop up. This kobold is starting to grow, and it's getting bigger. And it looks like it's trying to sprout wings, but instead of wings like a flying kobold, it's growing fin like tail, and underneath its arms and its talons are becoming webbed. And there's an odd permeation of blue into its scales along with a green.
We should try and let that one finish transforming so we can get, the full head.
You're right.
As for the one that was on the ground writhing that didn't turn into jello, it suddenly starts swelling, growing. It's now double its size, and it's starting to look an awful lot like the rough shape of the kobolds on the opposite side. The heavily armored ones. Essentially, it's starting to match up to them without the size of the armor. There's no crystal colorization the other had on its face, but it does seem to have a crystal jutting out of its chest, similar to the gnoll that you just defeated.
Okay, so both methods can explode and both methods can transform. It just results in two very different results. Interesting.
Yeah, you notice that and these transformations are roughly finished as this turn comes to an end. One of them now seems to be far more physically aggressive, while the other one, as it lets out its final scream and roar, gives off almost like a rainbow-ish spray from its final roar that hits a rock and slowly, very slowly but steadily starts to dissolve.
Huh. Probably don't want to stand in the way of that thing.
No.
Yeah, I'm just imagining, like, in this, like, brief period of time, like the 10 seconds that have passed since we started the session, like, a bunch of crazy stuff has happened.
Oh yeah,
So,
you just
like,
killed
including, like, these rainbow...
killed two big dangerous things, finished a bet. One of them is trying to, like, sneak away from you. The other is very loud. Noel now looking at you angrily, but just got blown up.
Yeah,
How fun.
and it's not even done yet.
Yep.
Alright. Who's up next? I guess.
Next is, and Lab does nothing, the Knoll at the top of the stairs.
He leaps 70 feet and lands right in front of you.
No, it does do something very ill-advised, but I rolled and it's too angry and unfocused to do this puzzle. Yeah, that's enough. It rips off the makeshift stone throne that the one you killed was on, as it runs and hurls it towards your guys' direction, but because it is not able to get the distance in this time and it's too angry to properly measure, it hits the burning bridge and collapses.
Ah, well. That's his mistake, I guess.
Yeah, he was probably aiming for one of you guys.
I think I got a guess as to who. A couple guesses, I guess. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that was its turn. And unfortunately, with that large kind of splash, a wall of water, roughly 10 feet tall, just shot up between the both of you. And there is a slowly moving spherical object running around through that wall.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Is it hanging in the air now?
No, there's just a wall of water, which is currently maintaining. As you see within this wall of water, it's weird. It looks like there's a mini waterfall, just with no top, just falling in front of you.
Ah.
But yeah,
Neat.
it is now it is your turn.
Okay. Alright, just to take stock, because there's two kobolds to our left that theoretically, to our west, I guess, that theoretically have survived and transformed in different ways. There's the one that's trying to sneak out behind us. Sorry. What was that?
Yes, no, yeah.
There's the one kobold trying to sneak out, and he only took one of the, unharvested crystals? Or did he take, like,
Yes.
a whole bunch?
No, you're only able to carry one. He's a kobold.
Okay. I don't know if you guys, what your guys' prioritizations are here.
I think like a toddler with a beach ball.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's right. These are large, like round crystals. Not like completely round, but there's the armored kobolds in the boat. How far away are they from the shore?
Likely a good 60 feet, like roughly across.
60 feet. Okay. All right. And then there's the knoll. Is he also like right next to the? I guess if he threw this, is he right next to the shore on his side, or is he like still a bit away?
Yeah, no, he's roughly from where you are, or from where the bridge starts.
I guess both.
From where you are, that'd be about 20 feet from the bridge, 40 feet from you.
40 feet from me. But I'm a bit away from the shore right now anyway, so I could get closer. Okay. Is this... Two things. Is this crazed gnoll holding anything of note? I guess he was just holding the throne, but threw it.
He was holding the throne, but through it, and you currently can't see him.
Okay. Can't see him because of the splash of water. That's a good point.
Yeah, that water, and it's still going. It didn't like just dissipate after the big splash. It's there.
Keep it on. Is the round shape in the water still hanging in the air?
It is. It's still just bobbing around, and you can see it. Just look around. It looks clear sometimes, like it's bobbing out, and then it goes off to the other side and comes murkier.
All right. And let's see. Was this gnoll one of the star-shaped heads? One?
No, this gnoll did not. So far as you know, its head is not crystal shaped, nor does it have you seen a crystal embedded into its chest.
Okay. So we got clearance to wipe this one out then. Unless, well, yeah. Let me double check the wording on this ability. See the target and it's within. Okay. Excuse me. The water, kind of hanging waterfall in the air. Is it between the bridge and the rock, or is it like right where the bridge is?
It's roughly right where the bridge is. It's roughly 20 feet across. It's 10 feet high.
Yeah, but it's broken now, so it's like kind of hanging in the water? Or is it only a portion of it that's broken?
Only a portion of it's broken, roughly 5 feet on each side. You can still go under the bridge, but you'd be going into like the wall of water. So
yeah, which could be dangerous.
Maybe a little.
If I jump onto that rock, how far away from the knoll would I be? Would it be under 30 feet?
You would if you jumped onto the big one?
Yeah, the big one that's kind of to the right of the bridge.
You'd be just on the edge of that 30 feet, so
Okay.
might be able to get him.
Okay.
But you're also right on the edge of, like, because you wouldn't be into the... You'd be looking at the wall of water from the side.
Okay. With my movement, I assume I'd probably have to make a check to get onto the rock and maybe another one to get off the rock.
Yeah, no, to get on it, you need just a quick... let's go with a quick athletics.
Okay.
Nice solid jump onto that rock.
Yeah. Gonna try doing something cool here. Yeah, so V is gonna kind of take stock of the situation. And yeah, I'm going to kind of take a running jump and leap onto this rock. And I don't think he's tried this specifically before, because I think we chatted about this a bit ago. I'm going to try and use telekinetic movement to move the knoll. It doesn't specify that you can move unwilling creatures, but I think we discussed doing that, but there would be like a strength check, like an athletics check.
Yeah, no, it'd be a contested, like, it's the same thing like when you're trying to do a telekinetic shove. It needs to strength check to keep itself steady.
Yeah, beat my DC.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try and move with my action, move this knoll, I guess, into this kind of floating waterfall.
So you're shoving him forward?
I guess since I'm on the rock now, it's more kind of like to the side, but yeah. And this isn't...
Yeah. Well, you're shoving him essentially, so like 5 feet forward, or not sure how many, like...
No, it's not the telekinetic shove for the feet, but it's the telekinetic movement. That's one of his class features. He can move... the text says a object or a willing creature, but I think we talked about moving unwilling creature as well.
Right. But
Like
how far? What's the text on the movement? Like, can you shove it 30 feet forward, 20, 10? Did it give you a limit?
It says a creature within 30 feet of you, and you can move it up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space.
Okay, so got the thing, and just 30 feet in a direction.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of move it like to the, I guess, if I'm standing on the rock, that would be to my left probably. And, if I can, just kind of try dunking it in this water.
Into the water or into the wall of water?
I guess more into the wall of water. So that seems where it has the most form right now.
That was a 13 on the save, so I think you have... yours is 14?
My DC is 14, yeah.
You got him.
Hopefully he didn't have anything cool on him.
That's the hope.
Alright, so yeah, I just kind of... He has not tried this, I think, before, but he is kind of getting like, let's try...
I don't know describe how you force, pull, push him into this wall of water.
Yeah. So V is, he kind of takes this running jump onto this rock and kind of like steadies himself on it. Actually, I should probably roll that before we do anything else. Okay, yeah, that's a 16 athletics check.
That's enough. You successfully jump on the rock.
Yeah, I jump on the rock real good. And I'm just gonna kind of like reach out with my hand, and it's kind of like trying to like grasp him, and I think he kind of resists at first, but V kind of persists, and he's able to kind of like get enough of a hold to just kind of like fling him like to the side. I think he probably like kind of rotates like 180 degrees. Like by the time he enters this water, he's like upside down.
The knoll's upside down, or you're upside down?
The knoll, if that's something you would allow.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you flip them upside down. But once you get into that feet, you kind of let go, and that's where it drops.
Yeah. And I guess, depending on the immediate reaction between the knoll and this water, is whether he will stay or go.
He's in the wall of water, so he's about to essentially fall. Well, no, he doesn't fall. He's actually just kind of like stationed in there because this wall of water is kind of rising. So it's this weird kind of like in between where he's not falling because the water's keep getting pushed up. Okay. But he's now in the water, and that swirling thing is now very noticeably swirling around it. It used to be a more random bobbing around kind of thing. Now it's very focused on this.
Centered on this knoll. Okay.
Yeah, no. New thing. Want to know what it is? What else you got?
Yeah. I think with that, V is going to decide that it's probably a good idea to not stay on this rock in the middle of this very deadly water. So he's going to try and jump to the opposite side now.
All right, and that
Another
you
check?
have 10 more feet. Yeah,
Okay.
just a quick check just to make sure you don't eat shit on the way down, but you'll be fine.
Big money, no eat shit.
No eat shit.
I did not eat shit. That's it's a 9, so kind of depends on how close it is.
I'm gonna roll something because that was under 10 to land.
10,
So depending on how this lands, you might eat shit, or you just might do like that hard, like, oh, landed wrong, that hurt a little bit, like a little too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. You tried the superhero landing, rough on the knees. Really, really not a good idea.
Maybe tumble a bit.
It looked cool. Like you stuck the hero landing, and then you realized you hit the ground knee first. Hard ground.
Roya claps.
You're there, but at what price?
Jagged rock, kind of like leave an indent in my knee.
No, I was like, it's the little rocks,
Yeah.
the ones that you can feel through your like clothes and some of the leather and the armor.
Yeah. Like I got knee pads and it still hurts.
Yeah, no, you still felt that. Okay, maybe not do that again.
Live and learn. Live and learn.
Yeah, but you got 10 feet, so you jumped off and you can get like roughly 10 feet up.
All right. And I think that is his turn. Actually,
That is it.
let me double check the range on something. Okay, I know I'm not going to be able to do that. It's worth checking. So that is my turn.
Roya, you are up.
So the knoll right now is in the wall of water, is that correct?
It is currently like doing a weird kind of skydiving, like that. You ever seen like a wind tunnel, like free fall, but in water?
Okay. And then the two kobolds haven't finished the transformation yet, right?
They have just finished this transformation. One has gotten creepy, kind of like buff, like the heavily armored kobolds on the other side of the thing. The other one has kind of grown like, has taken the route of the winged kobolds with like the crystal face, but it seems to have, instead of going for the air, it's gone more for like a water kind of a thing, because it looks like it's the thing that, swims.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot the kobolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
We'll do the not flying one first. I'm gonna do sharpshooter, because we're gonna risk it all.
Okay, which one are you shooting? The buff one or the aquatic one?
The
One that's trying to escape.
buff one. Nah, the other one.
Ah, the one that's trying to get away. Okay, yeah.
That is a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Please describe how you murk this thing.
What is the most prominent feature of this kobold?
That it's currently trying to Minnie the Moocher sneak out of here with a beach ball sized crystal. And it thinks it's getting away with it, as it's not even looking at you guys doing that slow pitter patter walk.
Shooting it square center, right where the back meets the ass.
Giving him a second tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's getting a second tail.
Exactly.
Nice.
Did you want my full
And-
damage or?
Yeah, let's see how bad this gets.
Let's see here. 23 damage on the first one.
Nice.
Yeah. So cool thing. This thing barely keeping this like crystal from like tipping itself over, and you aim right at that sweet middle spot, and it's the most weirdest thing as the look on its face as it gets up to the first step to try and look like it's about to go, and it starts rolling backwards as the crystal kind of like a tree, it collapses and the crystal falls on this now bisected kobold.
Is the crystal intact?
You don't know, but it is now covered in blood and crushing mold.
Perfect. That's
Yeah, crushing
shot.
kobold, sorry. I also love the fact that we're not pointing out that the quote-unquote tank left the two weakest creatures with newly transformed kobolds to run to the other side of the beach.
It's fine. It's okay. We survived. I'm gonna shoot the other one now.
I mean, she
Yeah.
just got healing. I'm also trying to,
I
get
did
to the
heal
other
myself. It
ones
was
that
a
are
pretty
trying
good
to
healing
escape.
round, so.
What other one trying to escape?
Aren't there ones on the the right section and the what?
Oh, there are, but none of that. You're not entirely sure. You just know there's noise there.
Oh, can we not see that?
This
far?
weird. No, that's space is specifically like a kind of obscured and opaque, but you can definitely recognize sound movement there. So, not sure what's going on. Like until your next turn, you'll be able to get in range to see stuff. But for right now, we're just going off of noise.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to figure out the deal. I guess maybe then. I'm also on one side, all on my own. To
You
be
sure
fair,
are.
with mysteries of what is actually here.
My second attack for the other remaining kobold is an unnatural 20.
All right, which kobolds are you aiming for?
Which one's closest to me?
Both equal distance.
Eeny, meeny, miny, flipping a coin. Whichever one's to my right.
That would be the aquatic.
Shooting that one. That's an unnatural 20 to hit.
Yeah, no, that'll definitely hit. Now roll that damage.
19.
19, and it feels it. It screams this angry, and it now has a new target.
And I am getting as far away from it as I can.
All right, you got 30 feet of movement. Where would you like to go?
As far away from everything as I can. If I could go up against a wall, that'd be great.
You can run up the way you came. You can get to the other side of the where the lake is. Where specifically do you want to go?
Let's go up the way we came. I'm gonna head back that way.
All right.
That's my turn.
Virtue! Your friends have abandoned you as one has left across the river to battle something. Your other one has just shot one of the newly transformed kobolds, who knows where, and is now backing up.
Okay.
Split party.
If they're backing up, then I'll try to fight what's approaching.
How so?
I'll probably just go for Firebolt again. That seems like my
But,
highest
are
cantrip.
you going to back up with them, or are you going to follow V, or are you just going to stay put?
How far away are they from me at the moment?
V has used roughly roughly 30 feet to run up, jump on the rock, and then jump off the rock on the other side when he did a cool magical force push for the other knoll to be thrown into the wall of water. Roya did a quickly and deft shot at one of the knolls that looked like he was trying to get away with one of the crystals. Killed it. Second shot the more of the two newly transformed kobolds. She shot the more aquatic looking one, and then proceeded to use her movement to back up the way you guys came.
Okay. So are any?
So we're kind of
are
splitting
either-
apart here.
Yeah, are either one of them in more peril than the other currently? Is any one of them more outnumbered than the other? I guess.
Hard to say. On this side where you're at, there are currently two newly transformed kobolds with unknown abilities. On the other side, there is only one of your compatriots venturing into also a bit of unknown, as you're not sure what the noises he was going to likely investigate are. And there's the thing that the knoll that has been pushed into the water, while it is being circled, it is not yet dead.
Yeah, for all we know, it's going to come out superpowered.
Well, I
mean,
guess I
look,
can.
For all we know, the thing in the water now has a body to possess.
Or to eat them, which is what I'm hoping for.
That's
Or
what
it's going to eat them.
Okay.
Does
I think
this
I'm gonna
thing
go
eat the
for-
bodies?
Does it eat the bodies? Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna take a chance on these newly transformed kobolds. Try to take them out. So I'm just gonna firebolt at those guys. So that's
Cool.
an
Which one would you
18.
like to aim
Either one.
at? Anyone you'd like. There's the aquatic one, there's the more buff one.
The aquatic one does have an arrow in him.
Okay. I can try to finish off the one with an arrow in him.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. So 18 plus 7. I imagine that hits.
It does indeed.
All right. So,
Firebolt?
yep, firebolt.
Alright, roll me then 2d10.
Okay. It's a 9 plus 7. Not bad.
17, not bad. This thing looked angry. But you noticed it didn't take as much damage as you thought it would.
Oh, poo.
I mean, fire, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
But it is now looking between you and your friend, and it's looking like it's deciding something.
Oh, shysters.
Anything else before your turn's up?
Backing up a bit.
There it is.
Yep, we're just gonna Benny Hill out of there. Get some good distance between me and that thing as it decides who it's gonna rough up. And that's my turn.
Well, this... Yeah, alright, now we're doing this. Okay, first off, the armored kobolds on the opposite side have just finished loading or unloading the boat and loading up the little raft that's at the side of their hill. And they are currently taking off, and they seem to be aiming for the opposite waterfall.
Yeah, okay, there's some way out over there or something.
Yeah, like I said, there's two waterfalls. One, the bottom, that seems to run down, and then there's one more opposite side that seems to go off. So this looks like this river lake runs deeper. And they, for some reason, seem to be jumping ship, or maybe this is what they had planned all along, but they are making towards the waterfall.
And it's the one on the left?
The right. Up on
The
top?
right.
like right at the essentially the top right.
Top right. Okay, so yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a waterfall there that essentially goes down. So that's where their head is.
Okay.
Not sure if this is what they're always going to do, or they just don't like the way this battle's gone.
All right.
And now we're going for the old. No. Gonna be first, second. Let's see what happens. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh man.
That's either really good for us or really bad.
The water, that one eyeball thing, that seems to be swirling around the knoll. It just went up to try, and you're not entirely sure how, but the water thing kind of went to be a sphere, and for a split second, red tinted the inside. And immediately, and I have to roll this to see what side. That's for Sidian.
V.
Yeah. And no, actually, it's going to be V, not Sidian. Sorry, wrong game.
Oh, you're sure you're.
No, yeah. In that game, something happened.
Wait a minute.
V.
Or the Shadow Monster spits.
You
spits
see
out.
this knoll get thrown toward your side and slammed into the wall with heavy force.
Into the rock
And-
that I was standing on? What wall is this?
No. You jumped off to the shore and you see like the
Oh.
like
It
a platformed. It just got shot out, and you look at this drenched, currently panting, wet, looking very, ragged and hurt knoll, as it has blood coming out of its mouth and something looking like a membrane-ish thing hanging from its jaws.
Ew.
Yeah. So, did it spit it like 60 feet? I guess more like 80. Or
A little,
guess it
because
depends on
this thing got shot up toward the throne. It's not up there, but it hit the side wall.
okay, the wall of that thing. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. And you see, and like I said, there's still red tint in the little sphere, and the little red round-looking thing that's moving around is looking a little smaller.
Interesting. Didn't like that.
Apparently didn't, because it shot him out like a cannon.
I feel like
Yeah, no, there were some natural ones in there that just resulted in some chicanery.
interesting results.
Yeah, it turns out this thing may not be as used to fighting living things. Just the
Like
dead
seeing
ones.
dead ones.
It's used to eating dead ones. It's, assuming, if it's spawning in here, it's probably dead. Because for some reason, living things don't like coming into the water with it. Who knows why?
That tracks. Who would have known?
Yeah, got some bite back on that. But yeah, that was those two, and then we have the kobolds, newly transformed, and they have some new targets.
Boy, oh boy. Time to expend my last 6 HP.
So, the one with the aquatic kind of emblem is going to rush up. And I'm going to need a quick con save from both of you, as it seems to, and this is odd because it looks almost like a sprinkler. You know those old sprinklers that used to have that thing that hits the water? Like it shoots water, but the thing that hits it to make the water kind of splash out?
Yes.
It kind of does that at you. It's in the roughly 10-foot tone as it moved up its own 30 feet and then just hit you with a weird kind of spray.
It's spitting
It
at
looked
you.
rainbow.
It's a lot.
It looked pretty, but it's spitting on you. And I need a quick con save from each of you.
15?
Is this by any chance poison?
It is not.
Dang, that's a 3.
It's acid.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Yay!
Fortunately, one of you succeeded.
I'm so glad I healed myself.
Yeah. So that's 18 damage, Roya. And only 7 damage for Virtue.
Well, that takes me down to 0. Do I need to do a death saving throw thingy-majigger?
Not yet. But with that bit of damage, you do find this stinging. It's a slow but consistent and ever-growing pain that comes across you as you back away. And you do slip and feel yourself fall. You don't even feel yourself hit the ground, just everything goes dark.
You said 16 or 15 damage for me?
The total was 18 damage. Total was... Okay, half of it was 8, then the double it should have... Wait. I'm reading this thing because this is a one-time... It was 3d6, it was 3d8, it was 5, 5, and 8.
So 18.
And I'm doing... Yeah.
We'll be right back. The cats are messing with their food bowls.
Icky, I'm at 4 health points. We good.
Again?
Right back to where I started.
It is, and I need, before it gets back to both of your guys' turn, to make me another wisdom check.
Okay. Yeah, there's something continuously trying to get into our minds, and interesting.
That's a 5.
Is it a wisdom check or a wisdom save?
Check.
Natural 20 plus 1.
Yay! Someone.
Cool. I have something to... we'll get to that when it gets to your turn, but now that I know one of you succeeded, I have
what
some
I missed?
hope this is... I hope this is not a goddamn TPK.
It may be.
Very well, maybe. This will be fine.
It's to be up next.
I mean, maybe not a total one, but the way it's going, one of you is down, the other one is close, and the other one is far away. The only healthy one is far away.
Yeah, I didn't intend for it to be this way. I'm also trying to stop because, I'm also trying to like nab the boat before it leaves, with potentially a large portion of our paycheck. But
That's the hope. But you left your teammates with no.
they can handle
no help.
themselves.
Yeah, we can handle ourselves.
Cool.
It's the worst that
Cool.
can happen. I
I'd
guess.
That was
very
its
be grabbing
turn.
that giant one and running.
Yeah, that was the aquatic one, and it did
Next
let out
one.
its essentially little breath. Yeah, next one. It's time for old Buffy McBufferton to go after.
Have
The only one still
have
up?
either of you tried considering killing them to stop them from being
sure.
alive?
You know what? Smart idea. Love it.
Yeah.
Great plan.
And now I have to roll something because as a buff one, it has interesting critical thinking of what it considers a threat.
Oh no. Virtue, I'm sorry.
He's gonna dive headfirst into this water.
Yes.
God damn it. Those
Once again,
evens and
either
odds
really
depending on
good
who
or
was
bad.
going to attack you guys.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Virtue, I'm sorry.
You know what? It's okay. Maybe.
I mean, you don't know it's gonna attack Virtue.
It's going to attack me.
Now we know it's gonna attack Virtue.
And unfortunately, it's a melee within it's a melee attack on you when you're unconscious. It's an auto threat. That's 2 deaths.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize she had gone down.
Yeah, she's down.
Yeah, that acid spray knocked 1 down, and your other friend is now at less than death. And I have to roll 1 more. Depending on this, it'll either finish what it thinks is a job that it needs to finish, or it's going to go after the last one here. So once again, rolling a d20 on a 10 or lower, it's going for the finish what it started. 11 or higher, it's going to go after the moving target. That's an 8.
Oh no.
And Virtue, as you come to consciousness with this racking pain that comes in a very instant kind of way that shocks you awake for these brief moments as another claw renders into your side, what are your last thoughts in this moment?
Is Virtue, am I dying?
She is dying.
Oh my gosh, am I really gonna have to come up with a new character? Oh crap. Okay,
Depends. Some things can happen.
okay. I think her last thoughts would be what would her last thoughts be? Crap, I didn't even think of this.
People rarely do ahead of time.
It'd probably be of her family apologizing in her head. Probably she would utter an apology out loud. Also feeling as if maybe she deserves it. But if she could have a little bit more time, she'd like to keep fighting the good fight. I think this would be about a wrap up her last thoughts.
And with that, your last thoughts of your family, those you've lost, those that might still be out there, regrets of what could have been now. You close your eyes, and it's an odd kind of fold. You're sometimes told how things might be when one passes and believe the life flashes or just warm light. Some think it's really just a cold, numbing feeling. You feel an odd embrace behind you. And for a quick second, it feels like something is being wrapped around you. I felt this once before. Warm, dark cloak seems to slowly be cocooning you. And you hear a whisper, very faint. So sorry, my dear. It's too late.
So sorry, my dear, what?
I'm so sorry, my dear, and the last bits are not sure if you can make out. I truly am.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh my.
V. It is your turn. And this odd, numbing sensation in the back of your mind finally comes through, as if someone's been trying to get a message across. A word, a command. That's what it is. It's asking for a command.
Oh, right, because we've been forgetting to order the...
There's a stationary, giant, metallic Roya that has been sitting there for the last few turns, waiting for an order.
I forgot that we I think you mentioned it out of game.
You summoned it, and
You have to order it
no one
specifically.
said anything in any way whatsoever to it. And until someone does, it stays there and defends itself.
I guess, would this be an action of some kind, or is this just kind of...
No action required. You can just yell at it for free at any point after you finish your official turn. It recognizes the command from both you and Roya, as you were the one who summoned it, and Roya was the one it was intended for.
Okay. So I guess I need to do my turn first before I can...
Yeah, your turn first, and then you can just try and yell a command at it, if you remember to do that.
Because especially with V, he has not just seen what just happened, because there's also a big wall of water in the way.
Yeah, there's a wall of water, there's a knoll that just got shot at that kind of grabbed your attention, and for the most part, no real noise has been made, other than the fact that, it's the normal sounds of battle. You're also keeping an eye on the other armored gnolls that are looking to make a getaway with your loot.
Yeah.
And it's only just now that you've got a ping in the back of your head that says, "Give me an order."
Multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking's a bitch.
So V is going to... I guess... he'd probably have to move up a bit. I'm just going to kind of share what I want to try doing. I want to try and use telekinetic movement, to move this boat up like right above the knoll that just got shot against the wall, and then just kind of drop it on him.
Wait, you're trying to say that again? I'm sorry, cut out.
The boat, I believe, would be size large, so I'm thinking use telekinetic movement a second time as an action to kind of move it 30 feet. I don't know exactly where the boat is or where the knoll is, but I'm just checking. And move it like 30
which
feet.
boat is this?
The boat that the armored gnolls are trying to escape on.
They're moving on a raft, and this one would be unable to lift this one.
Okay. It's larger than size large.
Yeah, and with like all the moving things on it, you wouldn't be able to lift it up.
Okay.
If it was just the boat, you'd be able to to give it a good fling, but also when you
I think the issue is that it's not a loose object.
Yeah, it's kind of there's force behind it, having it move. Like if it was just like the raft on the water, then yeah, you could push it this way, like towards you to get across, or away from you to like keep them away. But it's currently being like occupied. If you wanted to grab I gotta check if you're in range, but if you wanted to grab the boat that like they pull to them to unload everything, that's just a boat on the water right now.
Okay. How far away is that raft over the water?
Let me double check, because you're on the opposite side.
They, I think, just departed, or I guess that kind of depends on how far they got.
From where you are right now, you'd have to use some movements to... What's the range on that? Because the thing across the water is at least 60 feet, and that's on the edge to edge. Like shore to shore.
Are we talking about... Wait, where is this... Because they're trying to go to the waterfall on the top right.
Yeah, no, they're trying to go to the waterfall on the top right, but the boat that they departed from was already there. The boat that they unloaded was off the bottom, like over toward the bottom middle.
Bottom middle?
Yeah, that's where the little kobolds was originally going to deliver. And then they pick them up, and then they load them up onto the other little thing before they got back.
Okay. I think I'm following, though I may be behind a bit.
Not yet, but if you move to the shore, you'd be within 60 feet to grab it.
Yeah. If I move to the end of close to the shore.
Yeah, like move all the way to the shore, so like coast to coast is 60, so you'd be able to lynch onto that.
It's 60 feet?
This is... Well, that's the length you have to get. Is that the range, or what's your range?
Well, yeah, okay. The range on this is 30 feet, but can I grab the boat then? Or it sounds like I couldn't. Could I like pull it
No.
towards me?
No, you couldn't grab. It's out of range for this one. Actually,
Okay.
I'll let you gamble with this one. I'll give you the extension of like doubling the feet, but it will take the normal. It'll take the normal DC. So it's just going to be a D20. Yeah, it'll know a normal D20, and if it beats your DC, it won't work. But if it doesn't, it works.
Okay, so it's based off of my own DC.
Yeah, like if this thing had a strength check, but it's just going to be a D20.
Okay.
That's a 3. It's hard, but you were able to grab the boat.
Oh, wait, am I doing that? Or okay.
No, he rolled.
If
for the
you choose
boat,
to do this.
DC.
Yeah, I rolled for the boat, like if it was like, if it was a creature, and it rolled a 3. So, if this is what you want to do, you've got the boat.
Okay. And then would that be like lifting it out of the water, or would that just be pulling it in the water towards
You
me?
can pull it.
Okay, pull it, not lift
Yeah,
it.
you've got 30 feet to move this boat in roughly any direction that's not going to cause resistance. You couldn't
Okay.
shove it into the ground or anything,
Okay.
or
And then
underwater. You gotta.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I guess question, would I then be able to like grab the rope and like tie it off to the like the posts, like I'm forgetting the name of it. Tie it off so it can't leave unless they step off.
Well, the boat that you're grabbing is the empty one.
Oh, it's the empty boat that I'm grabbing now.
If you wanted to grab the one that they're using, the raft, to get away, that one's.
Okay.
I can't get
Oh,
a
it's
perch on
ready.
that one because it's in motion and it's being used.
I guess he doesn't really know the condition of like how they're doing. I guess I'll ask out of game if that's fine with you, or I guess kind of give you your answer, Roya. Do you want me to? Because I think like V like assumes that you guys are good, and he's gonna try and like chase after because he can't like pull them back, so he can like chase after, but he might end up getting separated. But I don't know how that's gonna end for you. So I'm gonna ask, should I guess maybe should I roll?
So are you asking if you should come back or if you should chase after them?
Not necessarily like directly come back, but like should I chase after like fully? Because like it very much I could end up very far away from here. This is gonna directly affect you potentially. So I'm guessing like what's your opinion on how I should approach this?
So, there is a very good chance that Roya is going to run next round.
Fair enough, I suppose. He's only known virtue like, less than 24 hours, I think, still. Maybe
Yeah.
approaching that mark.
This has been a long.
A long day.
Not the longest day we've had in our sessions, but a pretty long day. All in all.
Yeah, there is a very good chance. It's going to be up to a dice roll to see whether or not she stays and continues fighting, or if she runs.
I guess I will roll to see how I approach this. Whether I'll say higher the more I go to chase after, lower the more I stay, and maybe even like go back. Oh damn, that's a high roll. That's a 15. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm gonna commit to this. Can I use the unmanned boat as a stepping stone to get to the other boat? Because if not, I kind of want to, like...
You can move
launch
it 30 feet from where it is, but it'll take you 2 turns to get it to where you could be on it and then have it pushed. It's on the opposite side of where you are. You can move it 30 feet, but that's not enough to get it to where you are.
Well, I'm on the kind of right side of the upper shore, right? Because I just jumped over from the rock. And this is the boat that's right next to the rock, right?
No, that boat was used by the kobold to get to the other side. And then that kobold died, got in the water. Then the other guys on the opposite side were like, in which case they left it on that side. They unloaded all the worked crystals and then put it onto their other boat where a bunch more were on. And now they're about to take off. So that other boat is on the opposite side right now.
Okay. So I can't. That would be like I'd have to pull it like 2 rounds before I can even.
Yeah, to get it to fully get it to your side. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I wouldn't be able to get to it then because it would be out of my reach. So I only got a 30-foot reach with this thing. I can push it.
Yeah, no, that's why I let you. I let you double the reach, but I'd give inanimate objects like a save.
Okay. Okay then. I don't think this is worth it. I think he is kind of like, I don't think I'm going to be able to follow behind them quickly enough. I'm separated from my party. I think V kind of consults himself in his own head, and it's like, unfortunately, we're losing a lot, but it's too dangerous. V is going to observe there's the knoll on this side, the water beast, and then there's the 2 kobolds on the other side. Is there any other threats that he would know about?
Where he is right now, he still can't see what those noises were in that little warded off little labby place. So he could go investigate that if he chose to. He could go.
I'd have to get the boat, wouldn't I?
No, the one I'm talking about is on the opposite side. You know how you went left to where this would be on the right. This would be on the far left.
Okay. And what was the noise from that direction again?
You're not sure, you just heard noises.
Okay.
And you're assuming it's something else, possibly to do with the crystals, or who knows, it could be something else entirely different. You just know that little area is kind of cordoned off.
Is it like a clanging sound, like mining, or machinery?
It's a weird mixture of clanking and rapid odds and ends. There's nothing. It doesn't seem to be a continuous one type of sound. It seems to be multiple different ones.
Okay. Let me roll again. Okay, yeah, no, he's gonna. That was actually a nat 20. So yeah, he's gonna jump back across. I think now. Across the rocks, and should I make 2 more checks?
Yeah, 1 to get on, 1 to get off. Athletics, if you please.
First one, athletics, that's a 14.
14, and that is just enough. You don't slip and fall. You are on this rock. Now just 1 more to try and stick the landing this time.
Big money, no whammies. Okay, I think a 24 will do it.
Hey, yeah, you do it right. And you've got 10 more feet.
Alright. Hey, cool, a dead body.
You do not see that, though. You unfortunately do. That's something you're not able to currently see, actually.
What do I see then, actually, then?
From where you see, the dead knoll, the 2 transformed ones have run up 30 feet up because you went down like a slight hill, an incline. So up at the top, roughly 30 feet up, you see Roya, who's looking like she's almost at the 5 feet from the cave entrance. And just to her side are both of the kobolds, freshly transformed, a bit bigger, kind of blocking your view. And down over roughly 10 feet to your side where you left it is the giant metal Roya that's just chilling there.
Yeah. Still definitely don't forget about that this turn.
Yes, please.
You know
Yeah.
what? That's
You're
that's
the
also
only
fair
one
because-
who's remembered.
Yeah, that's also fair because I'm also remembering now that you have like said like every time it's like are you sure there's nothing else you want to do with our turn? And we've been blanking on it. Forget.
Yeah, that's our bad.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I was honestly wondering why no one asked.
Yeah, we forgot, I think. Listen, I
don't
am
think
not.
Roya knows that it listens to her.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to automatically act to try and save us, since that's kind of what the card seemed like it was going to do.
Oh, yeah, it would have if you gave it just one instruction.
Yeah, one instruction: protect us.
Yeah, it listens to orders, but only listens to orders. Y'all can
Yeah.
die in front of it, and it won't do
Okay.
jack.
As long as it's not getting attacked.
As long as it's not getting attacked.
I mean, I guess did the acid spray hit it as well, and now it's pissed?
Unfortunately, no, because they backed away and kind of went for the exit, which is where the fighting
Yeah, we
happened.
ran away from it.
Damn.
Yeah, the gnolls actually passed the kobolds passed the thing, and there was no aggression there, so they kind of just did its thing.
Kobolds only see movement, I guess. I'm gonna. Am I within range to throw daggers at the within 60 feet of the I guess the one with wings?
There's no one with wings. There's one with there's the
with
aquatic
webbing.
one, and then there's the buff one.
I guess which one's closer?
The buff one would be closer.
Okay. Sharpshooter throw at buff one.
All right.
What is my bonus? That's a 13.
That will unfortunately miss.
And
And as that happens, and this thing kind of moves to the side, and you see, you just struck Virtue's body. Oh god, you killed it.
Ah, insulted.
Oh no!
Didn't mean to hit that.
Yay.
And now you see Virtue's, downed body. You're not sure if it was you or the monsters next to her, but she's down and she's not moving.
Yeah, V just kind of goes.
Roya's
"Didn't
looking at
mean to
you
do
like-
that." Hopefully,
Perplexed and a little disgusted. Like, what the?
not my best throw. Here, let me try again. Same deal as before. Does a 15 hit the stuff one?
No, unfortunately.
This one's a high AC. Does it also go into Virtue?
Oh no!
No, this one, now that it sees you attacking, because last time it just moved out of the way on instinct, it actually does that really cool parry with its own claws. The blade actually just repels and moves to the side, and no one else has been stabbed.
I'm gonna, I guess.
But you
one
now
last
have
one.
the attention of a buff gnoll.
Is it a gnoll or a kobold?
It's a kobold.
No, the buff gnoll's still looking at you from the top of where it got slammed. It is not,
No, okay.
not taking its eyes off you.
Yeah, it's the gut save.
And now
That
this
actually got
buff
featured.
kobold is also now looking at you. So you have the attention of two of them.
You know what? Fuck it. I haven't had much luck with this one. I'm gonna try sharpshooter at the aquatic one. Maybe I can get all three of their attention. Okay, I think that one's gonna hit. That is 18.
And it does.
Nice. So that is sharpshooter, but it's bonus action attack. Unless you want to just allow this to be one of the ones that would have the bonus. That would be 5, and then 10, 15.
If it's a bonus one, I'm trying to remember. If it's just
Let's
a bonus, it's just a damage die, but you get the plus 10.
I mean, I make 3 attacks. One of them doesn't have it, and I think it could be in any order, but it is the third one, so it's kind of depending on how you want to rule that. I missed the
And
first
it'd be
two.
the first two are usually the action, and
Okay. So last one's always
unless you specify a bonus one for something else.
Okay. But still, then that will be a 15 points of damage.
15, and this thing now lets out a loud shriek as you've noticed as this thing does turn around. This thing has in fact been damaged by an arrow.
Ah.
Looks like someone really did put in some work, and this thing is bleeding. Noticeable, this thing is looking haggard, freshly transformed, not knowing what's up, but it is now angrily looking both at you and then back at Roya, who originally shot it, and now the other person who's now shot it, and it's trying to it's that weird back and forth of, okay, who's first?
Who to kill? Yeah, and I'm not gonna forget the dagger this time. Dueling daggers. Let's do that. That's good. That's a 4. So I have a AC of 20 this round. And I will look over to the Royabot and say, "Protect us, please, for the love of the gods."
Oh no, you said please. That means it's not a command anymore.
It's a suggestion. Why would you do that?
I had a pause between the protect us and the please. I had a pause.
That makes it a suggestion. Oh no.
Protect us.
Actually, let me just check. Let's just see. Because
Please.
does this thing inherit the personality of who it's imitated again? Because that could be a whole nother problem.
Oh no.
Oh,
Please say no.
If it inherits the personality, I make a request and it just runs out of the room. Actually, no, it goes diving after the treasure that the other kobold. It's actually gonna.
I could actually see that happening.
We're gonna die because this thing inherited your personality.
Absolutely. Please tell me that's a no. That's so bad. Why would it model it after Roya?
That would be such a hilarious way to TPK.
The most selfish person in this group. Please tell me that's a no.
Let's just have her be the new, one of the new party members. Can we do that? Just literally change your sheet from elf to warforged, and then change nothing else.
Yes, I'm down. Oh no.
Well, it's been fun.
I just had to look that up real quick. No. Luckily enough, we're fine. It just does its job and just looks like someone.
Okay.
Oof.
Phrasing. Man. Yeah, protect us. I think that's his turn. AC is 20 this round. I think that's my action, bonus action, reaction, and movement. Well, not reaction. I have not done reaction yet.
Question for my turn. Are these guys in melee range of me?
You would have to move up just 5 more feet.
I
but
don't.
Yes.
If I am not in melee range, I would like to stay out of melee range with them.
You are not in their melee range.
Why do you want to do
one
that?
of them, though only currently the buff one is looking at you. The other one seems to have gotten it. It did dodge and deflect one of the attacks. It is still looking at you primarily. The aquatic one, though, just seemed to be losing interest and focusing more on more.
Question, since we came back to the entrance, was this in the direction of where the first cobalt was trying to run away?
Yes, and the little corpse is next to you. It did get up pretty far. It had some decent. It was able to move.
Is the giant crystal nearby?
Yeah, it's what's currently crushing it.
I'm gonna use my turn to pick up that giant crystal and book it out of there. I rolled a big ol' 4.
Alrighty then. And with your movement, you are out of that cavern.
V is just kind of looking, I think, just not even registering. It's like, okay, just running off. I take it you're not. That's the entirety of your cut that you're getting then.
Fuck, run.
All right.
Yeah, the entire way out she is cursing very loudly, but she is using her dash speed to get out of there. That's her turn.
It's unfortunate, but this does track.
I was just reading up on how this thing is going. The golem is now going to act, as it now, and because of the way you phrased it, the golem now does in fact step in front of you and puts its fists up ready to defend.
Fine. I actually have a Roya that actually wants to work with us.
A reliable Roya?
Me, Royabot, and Virtue's corpse. Oh no. Oh boy.
Is it like a more advanced version of Roya? Does it already know the resurrection spell?
Isn't the wizard we met earlier, isn't he coming? So is he gonna pass by Roy on the way out? Is he gonna come directly here?
Coming.
I thought I remember something about oh yeah, this is the temporary thing, but maybe this is all the his form of helping us. I don't know.
I think it was just the card to help out, and I think he left.
Help out, and that advice of knowing your limits and when to push and when to not.
Yeah, Roya knows. She knows her limit. She's taken to advice to heart.
Yeah. All right. So how much damage do I take?
Well, here's the thing. These things got this nifty little feature called attacks.
Yep, they do.
Oh no!
Luckily, I got my AC as high as it can be right now, but that doesn't mean
Yeah.
they can't hit me. God, depending on how things go, I have a meme I am looking forward to creating and sharing.
forward to the memes.
Yeah. Sorry that this is how the things worked out, Virtue.
Ah, I mean, I was just hoping to get to the core of her story, but oh well, I guess. I just have no idea
Maybe
what kind
come
of
back,
new character to
depends
make for her.
Like I said, now we
on how
have
things shake out.
Virtue the second.
Maybe. I mean, I had some idea of trying to continue her story, but with a different character and a different context. So I might have some ideas. We'll see.
What's a synonym for virtue?
That's funny.
Meet my new character, morality.
This is my new character. I call him Consequence.
Oh,
I mean, if you
no.
want to create the opposite of virtue, you can go with sins. Just, living it up.
Mm-hmm.
Doing as many as they can.
And this is my new character, Vice.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's actually could be a
That's
good
a
name
nice
for a defling.
I really
yes,
like that, actually. I really like that.
Isn't that a good name?
Ooh.
Okay, if we ever make like another squad of characters, we need to like have a theme like this, like virtue, vice. I don't know if someone wants to be punishment.
It's not what the V stands for, but it very well could have been. It fits.
Fair.
Here, I'm just gonna make the meme since there's a decent way that's how it's gonna go, and it's gonna be a funny meme anyway. Here's the template. Oh?
Oh.
Yeah, that was suspiciously quiet. You there?
Yeah, no, sorry. Everything went quiet for me for like a minute, and I was trying to. Nothing would.
Saying stuff
no.
because we couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay. Last. What was the last one, you guys?
I think we were joking about
The meme.
the meme.
Oh, I didn't see it. Where?
Oh, I'm actually about to post it.
Future name.
Future meme. It was one that I was like, should I wait until after the session to see how things go? And it's like, no, I'll just create it.
Right.
It's not, the most
Well,
revolutionary thing.
Okay.
but-
Here's the good part. The two kobolds are ganging up on you, but they're also getting ganged up on by you and Metal.
Metal.
Yeah. So you were essentially tacticked, and you lost 17 hit points combined. Both attacks.
17
Because
total.
one of them, there was one multi-attack, and then just one basic one, but one missed. But these guys have a decent kind of strength and thingy now. But Metal Boy had your back and punched one of them in the back of the head. So,
Yay.
it's going there. Quick thing, just so you're aware of this, anything that hits her gets a backlash of fire damage because she's technically a living furnace right now. So if you can
That's-
get them to attack her, they get backlash and they go down faster.
So now I'll be standing behind Roya.
Oh, how the turntables.
How the turntable's a lazy season.
So is it my turn now, or they still come?
Almost. The kobolds, out of the corner of your eye, you're able to see that they in fact do go over the fall, and you don't hear us or any sound whatsoever. They're just gone.
Interesting.
Opposite side, the knoll that is, looked like it just got slammed around, does give an angry growl at your direction, but instead runs off to the far left, to where all that commotion was happening, and has not yet emerged.
All
It
right.
is now your turn.
Yeah, that no might be a problem. Let's see. The aquatic one is still up, I presume.
It is,
Okay. I'm gonna throw a
as
dagger
is the
at-
buffer. This will be a disadvantage because they are in melee.
Okay. Oh, it is melee. Are they both in melee? Both of them?
Yeah, they both ran up to, knuckle up with you.
Okay. I mean, I can make rapier attacks, but they're less awesome. Yeah, I guess they're probably about the same. Not the same, but still pretty good. Yeah, I'll make a rapier attack against this aquatic kobold.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Do some quick maths. 15 to hit.
15 will miss it.
Really? I thought it was lower.
Yeah.
Oh, the aquatic one?
All right. Well, second attack, and I guess last one.
The aquatic one should be at, I think you guys got this one at 17 last time.
I guess another 17 will hit then.
That will in fact hit. Roll me that damage.
All right. I don't make a bonus action attack since I'm wielding a melee weapon that is not another light weapon. So, that's all I get this round. 6 plus 4, that's 10 damage. 10 slashing damage. Actually, slashing, piercing.
And 10 piercing, and this thing gives out a guttural scream and cry.
Keyword.
And I need you to make me a dex save.
Ah. That's the trouble. 16.
And as you pierce your sword right into it, starving deep, you see this thing's life slowly leave its body just before you feel it puff up. And deftly dodge out of the way, as with its last bit of dying thing, it seems to not necessarily aim at you, but to the sky, let out a large spray of acid around it as it goes down. And it doesn't hit you or its companion, but it does hit Metal Roya, unfortunately. Turns out a giant metal woman is not a great dex save.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
So
but
still
you have
gonna-
killed it. You have
Okay.
killed it. That's another one for the pile of the ones you got to take the hit back.
Yeah, that one, good. Okay. Got the head. Well, I mean, I don't have the head yet, but I'll have the head. And yeah, no, I think I can use my. Oh, yeah, no, I got a thing I can do here. I will use my bonus action to shove the buff one. It's probably going to have some pretty good strength, but it's still worth a try. And I'm going to try and shove it 5 feet away, and then kind of run behind Middle Roya, if that works.
Yeah, no, there's. I mean, Let me see if it hits DC or not. Oof. Unfortunately, yeah. That would be a 16 on the save.
That does make sense since it is its specialty is strength, but it's worth a try.
I mean, you could always like risk the attack, and you can successfully get behind or around Roya, but that Metal Roya. But that's I'm not sure what you're planning to do with it.
This is the only one that I'm engaged in combat with right now, I believe.
Currently, only yes.
I will give this a try. I will give that a try. Kind of ring around the rosy with Metal Roya.
What? No. So you're gonna try?
Yes.
Okay, attack of opportunity. I'll give you a suggestion after this.
Okay. My AC, I believe, is still 20 until the end of the turn when I roll again.
21 damage. Certainly.
21 to hit or 21 damage?
Yeah. No, 21 to hit. Rolled a 17 on the die for this one, and it's a +4 to its melee.
Just hit.
That's 9 damage.
9. Alright, I'm still up. 4 hit points. Seems to be the
quick thing, just now that you have a robot that listens to anything you say.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, pick this thing up and walk into the water.
Yeah, I still want it to be around, because that
throw it into the water.
Certain if that
you have a giant robotic servant.
Yeah. I'm still up for now, though. Let's see how this ends. I'm gonna direct Metal Roya to finish this thing off. Yeah, no, I think that's my turn then.
Okay, how far or where did you move to with your movement? Like full movement away or just around Metal Roya?
Yeah, I mean, actually, no, since I can, I'll just move. I'll go 20 feet back.
If you're just behind her, he can just circle and get you again.
Yeah. I'll go 15 feet away from him behind Roya, or Metal Roya.
Cool.
Now, this is reminding me kind of the, like, Dark Scott from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And it's like, oh yeah, no, he's actually a nice guy. With the implication being, Scott's a jerk.
Easiest boss battle you've ever had if you just know the talk no jutsu.
Yeah.
Alright. And with that being your turn, Roya, you are currently on the run. You're still in the cave. We're in last round. Keep going. You've left you can no longer see anything that's happening in the thing or the cave or anything else.
Can I hear what's going on still?
No. Well, actually, no. Actually, with the waterfalls, it kind of drowns out most of the sound. That's why you weren't able to hear most of what was happening until you entered.
And would I be able to tell if anyone's following after me or not?
With that, if you wanted to stay for a little bit before you move, but for the most part, nothing.
How far would I have to go back to see what's going on?
It would take half of your movement.
So 15 feet?
Yeah, 15 feet for you to get to the edge, so you can actually do, once again, like the full what's going on.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna turn around and move 15 feet to see if these things are still following after me or what's going on.
Alright, you see. No longer following after you. Buff 1 is currently looking to engage with V, who is now a bit away. Metal is kind of in the way. But this thing's looking like it's easily ready to run around and go straight for V. Opposite side, you no longer see the heavily armored kobolds with all the freshly worked gems or polished off gems anywhere. And down on the side where a bunch of the noises were coming from, there's louder, more aggressive howling, growling noises as you no longer see the kobolds you saw get shot through the water up top. And you hear a lot more commotion coming from there than you did last time. Like growls and metal clangings and a lot of noise.
I think there's a bit of internal conflict as she's watching this before she lets out a very angry sigh and picks up her bow again. She's gonna get in range so that she could shoot at the armored kobold. Which shouldn't be much movement.
Alright, well you've got 15 feet of movement if you'd like to move anywhere. Or what are you trying to do?
I just want to get to where I can see the armored kobold, which I don't know if it's from where I'm at or if I need to move forward a bit more.
No, the armored kobolds, you can't see them, and
They went.
15 feet moving forward. You have no idea where they are. Could be hiding, could be underwater, could have left, could be right behind you.
So then who is around? Am I able to see V? Or no?
You can see V. He's roughly 15 feet behind Metal Roya,
Yeah.
who's currently in front of the buff kobold.
Okay.
The aquatic kobold is currently on the ground with a bunch of hissing acid that's slowly making a crater.
I want to shoot at the buff kobold.
Alrighty.
We're going sharpshooter and we're praying.
So now that I took down the danger, you want to come back and
Listen,
for the money.
I felt a little bad just leaving you by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all those crystals.
Also, yes, but mainly I felt a little bad. I do have a conscience somewhere. That is a 19 to hit.
And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
just hits this buff kobold.
19 damage.
And it lets out a large scream as it looks to you, and its eyes grow slitted, far more so than they were before, as it looks like those very, very angry creatures you've occasionally seen, where like they've gone off of tactics and planning and gone very loose.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Get it in?
A 21 to hit.
That hit!
Not great damage. 15.
And it hisses again, and for some reason, not sure why, it completely turns around, no longer facing or pointing towards V, but now looking at you, and it seems to be doing this very odd kind of... Because it was up on its hind legs, but now it seems to be doing like this weird kind of squat, as it seems to be angling itself towards your direction.
Yeah, that's my turn.
You know, there's a little bit of me. I could just let him charge at you, and then I can take him down. V is very much considering that. I have not made a
It's
decision.
probably going to happen because it's turn
Actually,
next.
that's a good
So
point. That is actually a good point.
you're welcome, V.
All right. I mean, I guess when does the Mecha Roya?
Oh yeah, Mecha Roya next.
Is currently under the protection thing, which is
I thought it was supposed to
going
finish
after
him
these.
off.
Yeah, that's what it's currently. Essentially goes after you guys finish your turns. That's when she gets to do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
My turn's done.
And like I said, you could give her any instruction you wanted.
I already.
I know, backsync gamer.
Oh, I thought we told her to finish
No,
off the Cobalt.
Yeah, V
No,
said.
you did, and that's
finish.
what it's doing. Like I was just back when it was like just
Oh yeah, way
one
back a
v
couple turns
two.
ago. Yeah, no,
Like
that's fair.
you have a super strong metal thing. Like tell it to hold it down, and you can kick him or throw knives at him.
Depending on what this thing's interpretation is, finish off could mean something very different than kill it.
Unfortunately, you do not know the creator of this thing very well, so
God, it might.
It might still kill
no.
it though, for all we know.
I mean, this is a giant metal Roya, and this thing is literally a living furnace, so it could try and kill it in the process.
What a way to go. Eat a weird rock, then get keel over and, start retching and bloating. Become super buff. Fight some intruders. Get finished off by a 9-foot tall Amazonian visage of one of the intruders that is also metal and on fire. Die. It's been like 30 seconds.
It has been a rough 30 seconds.
So, this thing missed both of its giant ass metal flaming strikes. As can't believe it rolled freaking 13 and then a 5. But yeah, no, it tried to ground pound this thing, and it was, oddly enough, instinctually just moving because it hasn't turned around to look at what's attacking it. It just knows something is, and it just did a quick bob and weave to the left, but it is still pointing at Roya, and it is still aiming said way.
This thing's got like some good instincts, like a spider sense sort of thing.
I don't know if it's
it's
spider
weird.
sense if I just. Oh, is this
Yes.
Yeah. Sense.
You can do it.
Can we?
Well, now here's the thing. The heavy metal kobolds that have just stolen and or secured whatever it is they were doing, they are out. It's now down to the creature in the lake, who's currently no longer as active as it seemed to have been. You guys, Metal Roya, Buff Kobold, and the angry ass Knoll that was in the back shop right now that seems to be howling and angry, and now you see them coming back, running back.
Oh.
Got a heavy flamer.
No, it does have strapped to its back 2 massive great swords, and it seems to be in the process of reaching into a bag and going to eat something as it charges toward not the flaming bridge but the rock, as you see it take a odd-looking vial of weird luminescent red and blue swirling but not mixing potion, as instead of corking it or anything, it just slams it into its mouth and chews it with the glass and everything intact.
Delicious.
As you see its wounds visibly start healing.
Is it on the rock when it ends its turn?
No, it's still a good few feet away. Like I said, this was on the far left, so it's barely just come out, and it seems to have gotten some weapons and a bag of stuff. And now you see 2 more goblins in little tattered trench coats similar to the one you saw making their escape. Behind it, each with their own little bag.
Do you think they have healing potions in them and that we can buy them from him? Maybe we shouldn't have destroyed all of them, Roya. Do you think that might have helped?
Nah.
So here's what the two little guys did. They did not follow their possible boss or just the person that they're there with to the long side of the edge where the stone bridge is to run across. They just ran up to the edge of the one side of the little river, and they hurled a small cluster of beakers. And I have to see if they're even able to do this successfully.
And it lands in the water. Killing the water monster.
Oh, no.
Maybe? Probably not. Probably much worse.
That was beautiful. One of them was able to hit its mark, and the crates containing the crystals are currently set on fire.
How are they?
And
What?
Why would they do that?
you don't know, but this fire isn't normal. It's translucent and luminescent. And the other little goblin dude who's about to do the same thing trips, falls, eats shit. And the little vial goes right into the water. And boom, a massive explosion of that same kind of transcendent luminescent fire, but it is not happy being in the water. Think like oil in hot water. No, hot oil in water kind of reaction.
Is it gonna be one of those little capsules that turns into like a big sponge animal?
Who knows? But this is definitely not what it had planned.
Turns into a sponge Tarrasque.
Here's open.
Oh god. You know what? Take me out.
How would they set the crystals on fire?
My
Are they
arrow
trying to
is
get-
now turned and I'm aiming right for the goblins.
Okay.
I don't care if I die. This is worth it.
Now, you know how that little goblin you shot first here, when it just screamed at you to aim for the head and not like the vials?
No, aiming for right center of its body where I think its vials are again.
Yeah, except that might work out this time
Nope.
because it seems like they've got explosives on them instead of healing
Even better.
potions. But that's
It
not
might.
a given necessarily.
Though I don't even know if I'll get to my turn.
It's
Let's see what
not, but
happens.
it still hurts. But
Yeah.
first, we have to finish off Mr. Moose. And luckily, before he does in fact try and take off towards Roya, there is an attack of opportunity triggered for the big old...
Yay! Big Roya.
Maybe it'll do the job, maybe it won't.
Hey,
I wonder how many-
18 plus 4, that's 22. That does hit.
Yay!
I wonder how many corpses I can fit in these bags of holding, because I'm gonna also grab
And
virtue.
it rolls a 1 on
Organ
the
harvesting? Oh
damage.
boy.
It rolled a 1.
on its giant metal flaming fist of damage.
Plus its modifier,
What?
right? Plus its modifier? That's gotta be something.
I don't think it had taken all that much damage yet.
I did some damage.
Well,
That's
to
why
the other
he's
one,
mad
didn't
at
you?
me. No, it was this one. That's why he was aiming at me.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
he's running towards me right now.
Right. Okay. Because you had shot, a couple times. Okay. That's right.
It's only a plus 4, so you did 5 damage to this thing, which is a decent hit, but not enough to. So, and this thing is no longer in a tactical mindset of where I could just run up and start going ham on you like it did with, unfortunately, the late Virtue. It instead seems angered and doing something way more high risk, high reward.
I don't think she died late. I think she died early.
Haha.
But I need you to make me strengths. This thing comes at you barreling and does a leaping kind
Is
of.
that a strength save?
Yeah.
Can I do a dex save? Can I convince you to let me roll a dex?
I'll give you the dex save at disadvantage.
That's the same roll as my strength save. Never mind. It's an 11. I had a really good dex save. It was a 25, and then there's a disadvantage. The next roll was a 4.
Oh.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Man, that's what I get for coming back. This is why you should never have a conscience, kids. Nothing good comes of it.
Yeah, you start realizing, wow, all the bad guys in most of the movies and stuff, they're not wrong.
They had it right this entire time.
I think we just kind of took on something a bit that was too big for our britches.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And maybe, Roya, we shouldn't have shot and destroyed all the healing potions we could have used, and we shouldn't have agitated the entire room when we were clearing out one side first.
I wasn't agitating the entire room, and you had
Yes,
the
you were.
side. I agitated one side of the room.
The
It was
wrong
just
side
the
of the
different
room.
side of the room that you wanted me to agitate, but it was still one side. Alright, how much damage do I take? If it's more than 4, I'm down.
I don't have any healing options. I also only have 4 HP.
I have a healing
The modifier
stick.
on his strength is 3. Anything I roll, you're already down.
I'm
Here's
down.
the problem.
I'm down.
When you go down like this, you're technically grappled.
Yep.
Because it has you pinned down. You're prone and grappled.
Yay!
And that's when it does that, vicious kind of... You remember what happened
yeah,
to your old friend
yeah,
at the
so how many,
Coliseum?
how many hits
That.
did
Ah,
how many
poetic
hits is he landing
justice.
on me?
But luckily, that going down doesn't count as a death save.
Yep.
Being leaned by it
Yeah.
will count as 2. But that is going to be its.
You cut out at the end there. What did you say?
The reaming attack it gets as the bonus for successfully doing this is going to cost you 2 saves. But that's all it does.
Yeah. Surviving. Now it's up to my dice rolls. They've never let me down before.
You're going to nat 20 this and just stab it for the last bit of health it has.
I
Maybe.
mean-
Probably.
We'll find out.
Back up the roll. You now see your old pal, the other Knoll, come back growling at you, chewing potion bottles and potions alike, bearing 2 massive greatswords on its back, looking like it's heading towards the bridge. And it specifically barked, and you don't understand it, but you can know it's literally calling you out. As 2 little goblins that share an odd little similarity to the one you almost killed last time, try to firebomb your crates.
Crates full
But-
of crystals.
Yeah, crates full of crystals. Only one succeeding, the other one just making a massive detonation in the water, and there is currently a small, unknown, see-through, mirage grease fire happening in that little side of the lake, and it is slowly spreading.
How far away is he from the bridge right now? Or how does it seem like if he dashes, he would be able to get in range for his next turn?
By the next turn, he's going to be able to, like you did, jump in, jump out, and get roughly 5 to 10 feet into the
Okay. I think we're probably going to TPK, guys.
100%. Let's do this.
Gosh.
You have the options for running. You've got a thing that listens to you that's big enough to grab your friends and get out. You'll be chased, yeah, but that's not necessarily gonna.
Yeah.
Also, technically, you could just leave it behind us. Hold off anything while you can try and get away, be it by yourself or with what's left of that. Again, sometimes you gotta cut and run. Sometimes you stay there all the way. Sometimes shit happens.
Yeah. There's a lot of different options here. None of them good.
I mean, you can tell that the thing that has Roya, it's on its last leg. But it's also the only thing in your way of leaving this place if you so choose.
Yeah. V is also somewhat stubborn, but also, he's had some mental changes in the past, like in his recent past.
She left and then she came back. Those mixed signals.
Mixed signals, mixed, internal signals, because, not the first time he's been in a situation like this. And, he doesn't want to leave empty-handed, and, like, 1 or 2 crystals is enough for all of this. How good is the robot looking, Mecha-Roya?
The Mecha-Roya has not taken any damage because nothing has attacked it.
I thought something had done damage to it. I guess not.
No, everything's aimed for you guys.
Interesting.
It's a beautiful tank that, you can use as a tank.
Beautiful tank. Use as tank. I feel like I may have asked this like in a previous session, but are there stalactites in here anywhere?
There are a few up on the ceiling, but
probably none.
They're a bit sparse. None that you can see. Although oddly enough, the ones over the water, none. Only over the land.
Okay. Alright, that thing's on its last legs, but if the knoll gets to me, it's probably gonna kill me.
So if you did a drive-by and just tried to leave.
Yeah. Well, the buff kobold, it's in the entranceway right now, I assume?
It's over Roya, who is currently... Roy, did you leave the entranceway when you stepped out to do the attacks, or were you still in?
No, I was as close to the entryway as possible, hoping that they wouldn't see me, but I shot them and they saw me, so... That was not...
so the kobold's... Yeah, no, the kobold's at the entranceway.
The knoll was damaged, but it just took a health potion. It chewed on glass, so I assume it's not necessarily at full health, but it's still probably close to the top. The goblins, are they like side by side with the knoll?
The they stayed behind specifically and went to the edge in the far left to get a better range of hitting the traits with the fire.
So they seem to be preoccupied with that at the moment.
Also another suggestion. You know what won't affect? You know what isn't afraid of fire? A giant mechanical servant.
Yeah. I'm trying to... Because the servant can take out the...
The servant could carry the boxes for you, or carry your dead/unconscious friends, or literally be a vanguard and keep the things from following. Anything you want, ask. Just ask.
Well, yeah, and I'm trying to rationale, what do I prioritize? Oh, it's almost 11, man. Things are getting late. Well, we should probably wrap up.
Let's just leave this on this little cliffhanger.
No.
Yeah, cliffhanger.
I need to know if I die or not.
You know what? come back with new characters, and we'll see how your new characters discover the massacre side of your old ones.
Okay, I have a new character already ready. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Fair enough. I'm trying to find the best scenario because the crates, that would be good, but the way things have gone, that wasn't. Hey, can we load the save from like before we just rushed in? Yeah, we did a manual save before that. Can we just load that up?
Just loading the quick and the manual save. We gotta go back. Roll me a kick D100 and let's see if it's not corrupted.
Should I?
You know what? Sure. You know what? Each of you roll me a D100. Let's leave this to the gods.
It's a 10. 10 on a D100.
That's a 29.
Ida, you there?
Yes.
Could you roll me a D100?
Absolutely. Okay, where'd my other one go? There it is.
I am
Okay.
kidding.
That is a 16.
Not great
All
rolls. Not great rolls, guys.
Hey, you don't know if what I was trying to get that was.
We're all gonna die.
The ball's in your court.
Okay. I wasn't certain if there was anything that you wanted to resolve there.
Currently, we're waiting on you, and then it'll be Robot Roya, and then everybody else.
Yeah,
That
I
is
have a
fair.
death save.
Well, your death save will be after his turn.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna do, and the Noel's probably gonna hate this, is I'm going to try once again, because he's within 30 feet of me at this point again.
No, you'd have to move closer to him to get within 30 feet.
Okay. Can I move? Would that be like 10 feet closer?
Yeah, it'd be 10 feet closer to essentially where the old bridge used to be, and then you've got him in 30 feet.
Okay. Gonna move 10 feet closer, use my action to do another telekinetic movement, trying to force him. This time I want to force him towards the water and then as far into the water as I can get him.
His save was a 14 on the strength.
That meets.
And he's able to shake you loose.
Damn. Well, this is definitely
That would have worked really interestingly. That would have worked real well. You still have 20 feet of movement, and you still have a giant robotic servant construct.
20 feet of movement isn't going to save me. Maybe I can last a round against him?
Fingers
Probably
crossed.
not.
Well,
I guess
Is drawing dual greatswords? You tell me.
probably not.
TPK.
I guess I'll just step as far away from him as possible with the 20 feet of movement and tell the bot to kill the kobold and protect me. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
We can skip the part where he kills me if you want. I'm teasing.
Okay. In order, Roya, death save.
Oh gosh.
That's so fitting. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
God.
Yep, okay. DPK.
Roya, in your last moments, what thoughts linger through your head as the room as your vision seems to darken and feeling seems to be ever fleeting?
I think it bounces around a couple different things. She thinks of Kurt and how disappointed he would be that she's going out like this. She thinks of her brother, who she's really hoping she doesn't see soon, but is also kind of hopeful that she will. And she just thinks back and knows that she's lived a life of regrets, but at the current moment, she doesn't have any. And then she lets herself go.
And oddly enough,
Damn.
once again, this odd curtain seems to fall over you and wrap around like a cocoon. No words join this, just an odd, comforting feeling. You almost seem to feel at ease as the final bit of light fades.
All right.
All
Well.
by myself.
And just going to the giant metal Roya goes up to where the now sleeping Roya is currently in the jaws of the buff kobold.
Sleeping, quote unquote.
Okay, and that hits. And that's a 2, and then the plus 4, and it's a weird kind of thing, as it kind of grabs the little kobold, and it's a weird kind of pressure thing, because as it grabs it, like, kind of palms its head, it lets go of Roya, and it was going to try and crush it, but put too much kind of oomph and kind of just crushed it to the ground. You can hear it like, it's an odd reminiscence. Have you ever seen when like someone does the smash burgers where they just take a bit of beef onto the grill and then just smash it?
Yep.
It's that, because this thing is literally like hot furnace metal, just...
Yeah. All right. I guess that's probably its turn.
It is.
I should probably roll for that D4, just because I feel like that's going to be relevant here in a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a 3, so 19 is my AC currently.
19, alright. This gnoll does in fact go to run up, and it has to make its athletics checks, otherwise... Yep, and then off. Holy shit! That is a 7 on the second one, so like you did the first time, it tries to do a cool landing, and it trips and stumbles for a bit, as it seems to lose its weight balance with its massive swords, and stumbles to the right. But it has just enough to get in.
It saves itself?
Yeah, it saved itself, but it did lose some of its movement, which it didn't have a lot to begin with, so it does not in fact reach you this time. But it is roughly 10 feet away.
Okay.
So what it's going to... Actually, no, is it angry? Yeah, it's angry enough. It is gonna just hurl one of its massive greatswords at you.
Okay. That
This will be
Could-
with no proficiency and like disadvantage because this is not something it knows how to do. This is just it's angry. It's very much angry. It's 19. 17. No, that hits.
Oh, it's
Swings isn't.
did it roll a 17 plus its like whatever its bonus is?
It rolled, yeah, no, a 19 and a 17. Plus its bonus, it doesn't, it gets no proficiency, but it does get its strength. So this is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 to hit.
No, dirty 21, because this null has a +4
To hit or damage?
to hit.
Okay. 20 will hit. I might be able to reduce it enough. That kind of depends on how much damage it deals.
9, because this thing was not like, this was just a hunk of metal thrown at you with some decent strength.
9 damage?
Yeah, 9 damage. This thing was just a hunk of metal just, hurled at you.
Okay. Desperately, V is going to use his reaction to use a protective field, which just kind of deflects it away. So I'm going to roll a D8 psionic energy dice and then add plus, is it 3? Plus 3 and reduce it by that amount. And I might be able to live, depending on what I roll. Actually, no, I think that the base amount would be... No, it depends on how much it does. Okay, that's the max amount. It reduces that to 0.
Yeah. And with that, describe your psychic energy, how you matrix this thing out the way.
I basically kind of instinctually, just kind of very brashly, just kind of like reach out a bit, and my arm kind of like, I toss my arm to one side and it kind of like moves in that direction, still throwing it at me, so like I do kind of also still have to dodge out of the way, but am able to kind of get that out of my way, or get that not aimed at me and kind of clattering behind me. I only have 2 of those fuckers left.
Oof. Alright, and now for the little guys. They both run up, and they actually start... Do you speak Goblin?
I speak Undercommon, but not Goblin.
Okay, then you just hear a bunch of jibber-jabber. And the Gnoll does it. Let's see if he's... I don't think he will. Yeah, no. The Gnoll starts looking at them almost as angrily as he does you, before he gives a quick look at the other downed Gnoll. And then he just gives a almost painful back at them. And they both toss more of that fire at both you and him.
And the two, like me and the Gnoll?
Yeah, because what they're about to do is very area of effect. And looks like he just gave them the order to do it. Like, regardless of him being in the splash zone.
Okay. They're carpet bombing me then. Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be on order.
Yeah. I do not have any reactions left, so if they are going to deal...
This will be a dex save, as you see him...
Does it deal
both
half
of them-
damage if I succeed?
It
Sorry.
does.
Okay.
First, they have to
And-
actually. Okay, that's an 18.
I'll roll,
Fucking
but
18,
this is
really?
gonna kill me.
Ooh,
8.
rough.
Yeah. And just in case. No, doesn't make it either. And you see, it's a weird. There's no feeling. First off, is what catches you off guard as you do see yourself out of blaze as this stuff spreads out quick and hitting both you, the knoll, and the downed body that you took out first. And you feel a bit odd because there's no pain, no feeling. I think there should be something. And then you start feeling numb. It's that weird prickling sensation when you fall asleep on your hand and something clamped down, and it's not the feeling of pain, it's the feeling of feeling is fleeting. It's almost numb, but it's worse. It's just nothing.
Nothing.
And as opposed to the friends, as they saw everything go up into darken, everything begins to become too bright, too much light, too many reflections refracted, too many colors, too much light. And as you feel your consciousness leaving, what are your last thoughts?
V is almost kicking himself, but there's, I think, a piece of him deep within that's like, maybe it's just for the best. He's frustrated that with this second chance that he's gotten, just as soon as he's, recovered and able to get back out there, it's happened again. And he thought that it would be, at least when he died, it would be again. It would be, maybe a bit more grandiose than something like this. A bit more successful, maybe more adventurous, something like that. But this is it. This is how he spent his second chance. And he highly doubts he'll get a third. But again,
And
there's
with-
that part. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
But again, there is that small part of him that's like, maybe this is just how his story is supposed to end. Same conclusion again and again.
All right. And with that, each of you roll me a d20, please.
All right.
Is there a reason I didn't get to roll a death save?
When you go unconscious, your body is in the state of essentially dying, and those are to see if you stabilize, possibly wake up, or if you don't. But if something harms you in that state, you instantly lose one of the chances, like you fail. The essentially best 3 out of 6 that it gives you.
Mm-hmm.
If anything harms you, you begin to lose them. You essentially fail the chances.
Yeah, and these kobolds were particularly brutal because they were kept on hitting downed enemies or downed players and made sure they stayed down.
Okay, I see.
Nat 1, by the way.
11.
Natural. 18 and 11.
It's a pretty
And
relatively even spread.
yeah. Sidian,
Nope.
Moya, and V. You each get a flash of unspeakable pain.
Are you
First
there?
off, V,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you for a moment. I wasn't sure whether you were breaking up.
A flash of unspeakable pain. You once again feel that noose around your neck. And it's worse. It's branded onto you. Roya, you feel this drowning sensation, even though there's nothing around you. Empty void. Virtue, you are in this suffocating free fall, and you're not sure which way you're falling, floating, or even stationary. And there's this loud, unyielding, arcing sun, pitch black, blue outline, and it's slowly expanding. Each of you hear in the first language you've ever heard. The roots were weak. Plant could not grow.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Either.
You hear this loud kind of in the language that you were first taught, that you knew. Plants, seeds were weak, and the plant could not grow. They now wither and die. What would you do in this, in the garden, turns against me? How would you have altered this? There's a small bead of light you see coming from the center of each of your chests. And that question seems to ruminate. You're not entirely sure what had happened, what it means. It's just there. It's the darkness once again falls over you. As everything fades to everything fades to black. Well,
Well
that
then.
Ooh.
was unfortunate.
Damn.
Ooh.
That's how it goes sometimes. I think we were a little foolhardy and
Oh, yeah.
didn't plan, didn't prep. I feel like we went into this quest saying, "Oh, we'll check on it and then we'll come back," and then we kind of realized, "Oh, it's out of town a bit," and we didn't do any prep.
No, we just went headfirst into this.
Dang it, I was hoping to continue on to their big mission. Couldn't even get there. Crap.
That'll be a job for
Are
our
you
next
wanting-
characters.
Siler, are you planning to leave this off here and pick up with something else? Like, or do you want to continue this, or can do something else, or do you want one of us to take over?
I am fully fine with continuing this. Also, if you were to so want to continue with these characters, there is something that can happen, but there's a caveat. There'd be a
Repercussions.
caveat. Yeah. So, like I said, you're on a weird, unknown island of druidic magic that no one else has seen before.
It's fair.
That comes with certain eccentricities.
Yeah.
One of them happened to be that you were very much close to an active vein of this island's natural,
Hmm.
which is something I was hoping you guys would go mess with. And it died.
Yeah, kind of didn't get the chance. Yeah, he probably could have run, but I think he wanted. I didn't realize the goblins. I almost made it into my next round, but those goblins carpet bombed. I was not expecting that. I thought they were going to be preoccupied with making sure the crystals. Why did they blow up the crystals?
Here's the thing. That wouldn't have hurt the crystals. That would have just kept people from getting at them, which is what they were ordered to do.
Oh, that would make more sense. Okay.
And unfortunately, I also rolled for him, and because he was in fact he was a quarter health, like that, being blasted out of the water. He was on his last leg, so he went there to try and heal as best he could. Didn't roll great, but it was enough for him to just go out there with a bang because, as I stated previously, they made for life. So with her being gone and him knowing exactly who did it, that means he has a target until one of them is dead. This doesn't end.
I'm also pretty sure that was literally the only attack I made against her was the last final, bit of damage.
The killing blow.
Yeah,
That's
and he
that
just
was literally
happened
it.
to see it from
And
not
that's
being
if he
involved.
saw it. Yeah.
Was he either preoccupied with something else, or did he just not care until she actually died?
No, he was in the back because they're like, say it now, behind the throne, small entrance. That's the treasure room. Would have been some nice loot if you guys chose to investigate and high enough to see that. Oh, that's actually just a fake bit of rock, and pass right through it. Treasure room.
Yeah. Guess I
Also, the
should've
goblin that
understood.
you fought first may have done trading with these guys, as there are a few goblins here, and he was able to parlay with them for a bit. Not there to fight, not there to steal, just there to try and barter, which he did a little
That's
bit.
a good thing that I took care of him.
And after he finished bartering with them, he immediately just robbed them of a few things, because he was there to barter with the goblins, kobolds.
Definitely things we probably could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cutting it close even if we did act efficiently, I think.
But if you guys would like, we can take the next week off to discuss how we'd like to proceed with this, be it with fresh characters, with the old characters, discussing those caveats, or however you guys would like to do it.
That works for me.
Generally open.
Or if you guys are down for it, bring in the entirely new team and keep the old one, and maybe they meet up, or maybe they become rivals, who knows? Or enemies.
I think at this point, let's give it some time, and I think let's chat about it. We can chat about it over the week, but I think let's make a decision.
Yeah, no, decision can wait till actual give it time, let it sink in.
It's almost midnight in my time zone.
Oh yeah, no, not decide now. Definitely not decide now.
Yeah.
Nah. We're hitting the reset button. You guys are just off the boat.
And also, yeah, maybe. It's still only the next day, so we could very well just be just say all of our other characters also just got off the boat and they just never met our characters. Maybe they did and they just didn't.
There was a boat full of people making that ship ride there. Anyone could be on this island.
Yeah.
We're
They
just
rush
gonna
off that
cycle
boat.
through we're gonna have a whole bunch of characters either leave or die, and eventually we're literally gonna empty out that ship, and literally all of them were full of our characters.
Just cycle through them all.
We're gonna do an arc where it was literally we're playing those 3 gnomes that Neris thought. We're each just one of those gnomes.
Yay!
No, dwarves.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
dwarves in their spot. I'm so down.
You can each be one of them, or all 3 of them can be one of you guys.
3 dwarves in a trench coat.
Yes.
I love it so much.
One of us plays 3 dwarves in a trench coat, one of us plays 3 kobolds in a trench coat, and then one of us plays 3 gnomes in a trench coat.
Just so you know, the one who's 3 gnomes in a trench coat just has to play it off as a tall halfling.
There you go.
Ugh.
The kobold is playing it off as a dragon.
Yes.
The dwarf is a Goliath. Playing it off.